Hello, friends. I thought I'm still working on getting my book ready to turn it into a book. You know, all the signatures with the page protectors. I did get a couple of layouts done. I still have a few more to do. I just got this in the mail though, so I thought I would share. Maybe I need to go out. No, wrong way. Okay. These are called document folders. You get 12 of them in a pack. It is for scrapbooking, etc. I got this on Amazon, duh. And so I have a thing about Amazon and I have a thing about Tim Holtz, right? So there we go. And these are, I'll even get my ruler out just to make sure. I have bought these before and I have used them to be, they are a little more than 7 inches. So they say they're 7 by 10, actually a little less than 10, a little more than 7 and a little less than 10. But they're great for storing things. For example, this and this that I got. I need to clean that off. Okay, it's all clean now. This one I inked, I scrubbed it also. This I inked with archival ink, and so it leaves an impression. This one I have not inked with archival ink yet. These again are by Antonis Zanadakis. Anyway, they're very flexible. And I like that. So they were very easy to use. I tried using them a number of different ways, but I just found, you know, pressing them down worked the best. So I am going to put this in here. Maybe. If I can coordinate myself well enough. There we go. And now this will go into my stamp drawer. These fit into my drawers. I just have the plastic, you know, drawers that you get at box stores and stuff. If they don't fit, generally they fit this way. So on some of them, they're more narrow. So they're going to be like, here's the drawer front, and they're like this. Others, I have wider drawers and they go like this. So anyway, they're great. I'll also show you how else I use them. So normally when I get a Tim Holtz, if it's one of these with a whole bunch of them, I don't weed it. I keep the rubber on the back. This one fell apart, so I pulled that off. This still sticks really well. So if I can keep it all together like this, I do. However, this one is field notes. This one is eccentric. This one, they fell apart. The whole red thing just died. I had to weed it, and then I couldn't get them. As you can see, some of them I just can't get to stick anymore. I don't want to lose them in the bottom of the drawer. I want to keep them in this set. Now, let me just say, and this is not what I do, but I'm not saying it's wrong. I like to keep them in the set because I do. Maybe I'm a bit OCD. I don't know. I like to keep them in a set. I did watch a video once on someone and whose name I can't remember, who said, and I got this off of this set, and so I ran. I thought, oh, I have that set, and I didn't have it, and I had to look it up. And what she had done is she had taken, like, say this 4.5 and put it on a different thing for whatever reason, and it really wasn't part of the set. So if I want to, as a content provider, if I want to, see, and they're falling out. See, you can see this. Some of these just, anyway, that's what I kind of want to show. But as a content provider, I would like to say this is from Eccentric. If I take them apart and put all of my numbers together, which I know some people do, and that actually makes sense, you know, put numbers together in one thing and words together in another, and like hands and things like that together on another thing, you know, and forget about what set it's from, or even who it's from. Mix and match between other designers. I know people who do that, and that doesn't work for me, but it could be a way of organizing your stamps. And speaking of that, I actually have done that. This was a small Tim Holtz. I'll show you. I'm not even sure the name of it because it didn't come on one of those nice little platforms like this one does. And with a name. Now I have to go find that. Okay. Well, it was rubber and it's round and it rolled. I will find it. I will. However, that might mean that it is time for me to put this in one of these envelopes. Let me pull one out. So just one thing about this is that, I'll show you. Sometimes it's easier to show, right? It doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to have to cut some of this edge off. It's called I Really Need to Clean, and that's kind of where this whole video started. Is I started cleaning so that I could finish up those last few pages, so I can finish the books, so I can make the books, so I can make a video about making the books. The only thing I don't want to do, and this is just me, I do not want to lose the name. And as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to be sweeping every inch of this floor, which, by the way, is not a bad thing. It's kind of a tight fit, so I may have to cut it a little more. But there we go. So, just so you know, I will find it. I will. Okay. So, another thing I wanted to show you, I started to show you, was, so I don't know the name of this one, but I put other things that had to do with travel. So this is exactly what I was saying. And I don't even know where some of these came from. But if it has to do with travel, I threw it in one of these. I also put, so these ones, they're not all Tim Holtz. They're mostly Tim Holtz with some swirls that I really like. And they came from different places. Different like little things that I got maybe at Joann's or something, but I keep them together. Here's another one that I keep together. So one of these is called Ledger Script, and the other one is called, I don't remember, Mirror, Reflections, that's it. Reflections. So yeah, I wrote it right on there, Reflections. So I keep those together, and those are the ones that I like to just use to do something. And so I have pulled this in and out many, many times. I'm actually not going to worry about it right now, but I may switch it to a better envelope. The final thing, I'm just going to set these here, is I've gotten some new. So this one is Podge. I haven't even opened them. This one came out just recently. This was part of, I think it's, well, this is Stampers Anonymous, so like they never retire. But I think this is part of his everyday line, but it's one stamp. I obviously haven't played with it yet. But it's kind of meant to be used sort of like these ones here where you just use maybe a portion of it. You can use all of it. And I've seen some of the Tim Holtz makers, you know, like then cut them into pieces. I mean, there's a lot you can do with it. And I will be playing with this soon. thought I would check and see if this is as flexible. Oh, yes, it's every bit as flexible as the ones by the guy whose name I can't say. The ones that are white and not. And I kind of made a reference about cutting them apart. They didn't cut this apart. They cut the papers, you know, like they stamped it and then they, you know, cut parts out and stuff. So anyway, cool. This will be so easy to use. This will be nice. And here's one I just got yesterday, and this is Curio. And this was with his Halloween stuff. And I've watched a number of YouTube videos already of Tim Holtz makers using it. The one by Louisa Heinzel. She set it down like this. She inked it up. She put the paper on top and did a brayer, and then was able to, actually it wasn't this one she did that with, but you could do it with that. I have another one. I actually have used this one a little bit. But this is the one that Louisa did that too. And then she cut them into strips and then into little pieces. And you could definitely do the same thing with this one. So those are going to be really fun to play with in the future. Okay, one last thing. So I guess I'm going to call this organization, right? The last time we went to Home Depot, they had switched from another brand to this Frost King, and I was like, oh, let's go over to Lowe's and get that other brand that I know that I like. And we went down the street to Lowe's, and they only had this Frost King too. And I can get it on Amazon delivered to my door instead of driving 30 minutes into either Logan or Ogden. I live in northern Utah. But I can get it delivered to my door from Amazon, same price. So that's kind of nice. Anyway, I have, let me set this aside. I have gotten a number of these. I don't know if I've shown them to you. This one I've already put on the magnetic, this magnetic sheet. But I got this one. I thought I would do some comparisons. So I would have to say the number one reason why I got this one was for smaller bottles. So I'll show you the difference in the size. Oh, I should pull out this pumpkin. Okay, we'll start with the pumpkin. So this pumpkin is a colorize. So it's got multiple layers to it. But if you just use the absolute base of it and put it next to this one, it's the same pumpkin, only this one is simplified. Okay, and then you can put the little thing there. This one has multiple layers to it, multiple pieces to it. It's actually really quite amazing when it's done. So, you know, it doesn't hurt my feeling that it's got multiple stuff. What am I trying to do here? Okay. So that's the difference in that one. So though it's the same pumpkin, it's a very different size. Okay, so now this is Laboratory. I have used these many times and I've never ever used them for Halloween. So even though it might be in the Halloween set, and when I have them stored together, I keep it in Halloween. But I've used it as like an apothecary thing for, we've gone to Williamsburg, Virginia multiple times, and they have an apothecary there, and I've used them that way. I've used them, I've used them in about every way you can use them without it being Halloween. So look at the difference in the size. Let's find one that looks, so that's very similar, right? I mean, look at the difference. I just barely used these for something, and I thought, man, if I could just get these smaller, it would be awesome. So when this came out, I was like, okay, you know, I have to have them. So that was that. Okay, so now this one's called Frightful Things. And this is the older set. We'll set this one aside. So in the Frightful Things, it also has this hat. Now this hat comes with 2 pieces. This is the original, and this is the new one. It is not super, super small in comparison, but it is smaller. So, and this has this cat. I did not ever get the set with this cat in it, so there's that. I don't have bats. That was another thing. I thought, oh, I don't have bats. I could really use bats. I do have stars. Let's see if these are like any of the stars. Okay, so I would say this star is very similar. Okay, those are individuals, very similar to this one, so they probably just took a portion of it. But look at how big this is. So if you use it, you're cutting out an awful lot of stars, or you can just do a smaller thing. So I like that. And I use stars a lot. I don't know why I use stars a lot. I like stars. So I do. And then this also came with this other one. So the only thing I put on a magnet was this one piece. Okay, because this one's so big, I probably would never lose it. So, and I wanted to point out, although this is probably more like the broom that came with the witches. There was 2 witches. I never bought that set. But this broom is very different from that broom. So now I have more than one broom. And again, you can use brooms in multiple different ways. Brooms are not just for Halloween. And I already have in my mind a project that I'm going to do soon using this die set. Okay. So this one I've never even opened. So, haha, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's get this out. This is now my standard operating procedure, so I don't lose things like that stamp that fell on the floor. I will find it. I will. Or die trying. Anyway. So this is how they come. And if I just set that right in there, if I get my magnetic sheet. So now I've got these 2 ghosties here. And this is this ghost. Could be like a mama and a baby. And this is this ghost. So they are definitely a different size. I really do think I'm gonna put those clouds in my cloud one. But they all fit on there like that. And now let's check this one out. So that's all that came in here, this and that. And here this is, and there's the spider, And let's see the difference in size. Oh, I don't know that there's a... Is there a big difference? Yeah, well, it's not a huge difference. Let's put it in the center so you can see that it is slightly smaller. I was expecting it to be a whole lot smaller. So I'm kind of surprised that it's not a whole lot smaller. And let's put these side by side. Ever so slightly smaller, not a lot. So there's that. Okay. I will show you my cloud one just because I've talked about it. Okay, so you can buy these envelopes. I get them off of Amazon. I'm sure you can get them from Sizzix because they say Sizzix right on them. I know you can get them also from places like scrapbook.com because I've seen them on there. Anyway, so these were, well, here's an umbrella that was some generic brand. These little clouds, they actually are from a train set. And this was, I can't remember what that was from. And these were generic. These are from Edison. And so on the packaging that I have for Edison, I wrote right on there that the clouds are in the cloud envelope. So I could do the same thing. I could put, you know, a note, clouds are in the cloud envelope somewhere on here. So this is another way you could organize your dies and your stamps is by putting like things together. Like I could put hats together. I could put cats together. I really might do that too because I have a whole cat drawer thing, and because I have a cat who I adore, who is annoying, but she's a cat. So what can we say? But I could put all of the cats like together. I could put this in with the pumpkin. I mean, you know, there's a whole lot of different things. I could put these stars in with this package if I wanted to, you know. So it's just how you want to organize them. If you want to keep them together. And this was Vault Wicked. I didn't write it on there, but this was Vault Wicked. So if you wanted to keep them together, that's Frightful Things. I don't remember what this one was called. Oh, look at this. It's right here. Fright Night. Vault Fright Night. So I should probably write these down before I forget. Okay, so this has been a bit of a hodgepodge, and hopefully it's giving you some ideas of how you can store your things, ways you can store your things, ways you can keep things from falling off the plastic and rolling on the floor and probably under one of the drawers I have here, and I'll be looking for them for a while. You know, it's all part of keeping it together. So I thought I would show you. So this one is my Edison. Instead of having 7 dies, it only has 5 because the 2 clouds are in clouds envelope. And this is Edison only. So that's what I did. And I thought I would show you the comparisons of these a lot closer up. enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you all are enjoying the beginnings of fall. and soon to be Halloween. Okay, bye.